Good morning, children. So let's continue with the chapter. Today we are going to finish it off. So we spoke about the flood. Now we will speak about what will happen if it doesn't rain for a long period. Now, can you imagine what would happen if it doesn't rain in a region for a year or more? The soil, this is important, huh? You need to underline, children. The soil continues to lose water by evaporation and transpiration. Alright, since it is not being brought back by rain, the soil becomes dry. The level of water in the pond and the wells of the region goes down, and some of them may even dry up. The groundwater may also become scarce. Means it goes very down, or it may get finished or dried up completely, which may lead to drought. So what will happen if it doesn't rain for a long period? It may lead to drought. So drought is the word. And how it happens? Soil continues to lose water by evaporation and transpiration, because soil has tree and tree loses water by transpiration, and evaporation can happen anywhere directly from the soil also. And since it is not being brought back, so soil becomes dry and everything goes down, all the level, the groundwater level, the level of the pond, level of the well, everything goes down. All right, so it leads to drought. In drought condition, it is difficult to get food and fodder. Food for us and fodder for animal, right? So animals' food is fodder. You might have heard about drought occurring in some parts of our country or the world. Are you aware of the difficulties faced by the people living in these areas? What happens to the animals and the vegetation in these conditions? See, the areas where there is no water or people are really facing problem for the water. So what will happen to the animals and the vegetation? Try and find out about this by talking to your parents and neighbors, and by reading about it from newspapers and magazines. So, wherever it is drought, people are dying because they don't get water, isn't it? They do not get water and they are suffering. They die of dirty water, they drink dirty water, right? So how can we conserve water? So we have to conserve water, we have to save water, we have to consume water very economically. You just can't afford to waste water. Alright. Only a small fraction of water is available on the earth, okay, which is fit for use of plants. Only a small fraction of water available on earth is fit for use of plants, animals and humans. See, everywhere water is there. 3/4 of the earth is surrounded by the water, isn't it? But if somebody is gonna put you in the sea or ocean, what will you do? I mean, will you be able to survive if somebody is putting you in the sea? Will you be able to drink that water? No. Do you know how will you die? You will die of dehydration because you can't drink water. Because that water has a lot of salt into it. Do you know that you can take out from 1 liter of water, you can take out, it depends on how salty it is, 100 grams, 200 grams, like this. You can take out salt from that. You just can't drink that water and you will die of, die of thirst, because you can't drink water. So water which is available for us is just 0.1%, children. You just think about it. 0%, 0.1%, not even 1% of water is available for us to drink. And what are we doing? We are wasting that water which is very, very, very precious for us. So that water is called fresh water. And the water from the sea, this is called saline water. Alright. So when this water will get finished, what are we going to do when fresh water? If you will spoil all the water or you will dirty or pollute all the fresh water is available in the river. It is available in the pond, lakes, right? So if you will spoil the lakes, throw garbage in the lakes and the ponds, so they are going to get spoiled. And then when we will not have water, then what are we going to do? So just read it. Most of the water is in the oceans and it cannot be used directly. When the level of the groundwater decreases drastically, this cannot be used anymore. The total amount of water on earth remains the same, but the water available for us to use is very limited and is decreasing with overusage. Everybody is using and wasting. Those who have not, they don't have the value of the water. They are just wasting the water and overusing it. So it's what happening now. The level of the water available for us to use is even less now. Think about it, how dangerous it is. The demand of water is increasing day by day. The number of people using water is increasing with the rising population, isn't it? Demand of water is increasing, isn't it? Because the number of population is increasing, people are increasing. In many cities, long queues for collection of water are a common sight. Everybody is in the queue, right? Also, more and more water is being used for producing food and by the industries. So it's not that we are only wasting it. The most of the water is also being used by the industries. Lot of industries like medicinal industry, textile industries, the food industries, those who are preparing the ready-made food and all, they are making use of the paper industries. They are using a lot of water, and that water is that fresh water they are using. These factors are leading to the shortage of water in many parts of the world. Hence, it is very important that water is used very carefully, children. We should take care not to waste water. Alright? So, the last topic, rainwater harvesting, is very important. One way of increasing the availability of water is to collect rainwater and store it for the later use. Isn't it? So rainwater is coming free of cost. Please collect it and use it later. Please underline, this is very important. Collecting rainwater in this way is called rainwater harvesting. The basic idea behind the rainwater harvesting is catch water where it falls. So you have to catch water where it falls. Okay. So what happens to the rainwater that falls in places that are mostly covered with concrete roads and buildings? It flows into the drains, isn't it? So from there water goes to river or lakes, which could be far away. A lot of effort will then be required to get this water back into our homes, as the water did not seep into the ground. Since nowadays all the roads, everywhere you will find the concrete. It's all pakka road, concrete, cemented. So water doesn't seep through the soil. So groundwater level never increases, isn't it? Because water is not going into the ground. Here there are two techniques of rainwater harvesting which are discussed, which is very important, children. So this is very, very, very important. You have to write here important. Okay. Now what's important? So these 2 points. Rooftop rainwater harvesting. In this system, the rainwater is collected from the rooftop to a storage tank. Okay, in the diagram you can see from this rooftop it is raining here, from here it is getting collected here, okay, to a storage tank. So this is the tank, okay, through the pipe. So through the pipe it is coming into the tank. Now this water may contain soil from the roof and need filtering before it is used. Instead of collecting the rainwater in the tank, the pipe can go directly into the pit in the ground. So this is the ground. Here this is a tank. If you don't want to collect, you can directly make the rainwater go into the ground. It will increase the groundwater level, isn't it? So that can also be done. The pipes can go directly into the pit in the ground, and this then seeps into the soil and recharge or refill the groundwater. So groundwater level will increase. Another method is to allow the water to go into the ground directly from the roadside drain that will collect the water. So from roadside drain, let it go into the ground, no, instead of going into those nalas and all, it goes into the rivers. It gets dirty and then it mixes with the river. So this is difficult to collect that water. So it's easy if you directly allow that water which is coming from the drain directly into the roadside drain. You should allow the water to go into the ground, okay, so that the groundwater level will increase, isn't it? So that's how you have to increase the groundwater level and collect the rainwater. Okay, that's called rainwater harvesting. So what is exactly rainwater harvesting? It is collecting the rainwater where it falls. Alright. So there are two methods, rooftop rainwater harvesting, and another is to allow the water from the drain to ground directly. Okay. So here we are done with the chapter. Children, question answers are all being sent, but few are still left that I'm going to send now. Okay. So we are done with the chapter. Only last two chapters are left, then our course will be completed.